What up?
What's
What up?
up? What's going on? Happy Mayhem Monday.
Yes, it is time to take the ride again. And it was a wild ride this episode.
You know, it's getting ruthless. Or should I say Clay getting ruthless? He just pissed me off so much throughout this whole episode.
He trifling.
He is trifling.
He gets the Trifling Stepdaddy of the Year award.
Yes, I would say so. But, you know, Jack was a little trifling this episode too.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it was all in good fun. So a lot happened this episode. This was the patch over when they patched over the Devil's Tribe, who happens to be Jury is the president of that club, and Jury and JT used to run together back in the day, and Jury, I believe, is part of one of the original 9. I want to say. I kind of think he's on that picture. Yeah, that's why he was so significant throughout the series. So they want to patch over his club because they're afraid that the Mayans is going to run. Well, Clay is afraid that the Mayans are going to just run them out. Mm-hmm. So they want to protect them and everything. But Jax did not want to do that. Jax was not feeling doing that. Mm-mm. And Clay made it like, you ain't got no choice. This is happening. Either you gonna say something or I'm gonna tell them at church.
I just don't. My whole thing with them is like, it's almost like every decision Clay makes is like, how can I rub Jax the wrong way and make him come out of character? It just seemed like he just wake up in the morning and as soon as his feet hit the floor, the devil is alive.
Mm-hmm. That's how he is playing this. Like, he is trying to make him as far as JT will want him to be. And he knows it. But that goes back to Jim is saying, make sure he's rooted in the right father's footsteps. So she's trying to take him. He's taking him out of his element, like every single task.
Mm-hmm.
He's testing Jax, trying to see where Jax's head is. Playing with him. Jax don't even realize it. He
like how far? Like he just keeps wanting to test his boundaries.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. But Clay is just pushing it too far. Hey
Ellen. Look, Jinx. You owe me a soda.
See. For us, it was you owe me a candy bar.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna have to do both anyway. Right. But yeah, so when they actually do, they just got the nice welcoming that they could ever have, the Devil's Tribe, when Jax had pushed over the bikes and led them on a wild goose chase to the Indian Hills.
Mm-hmm.
House or whatever, you know.
But my whole thing is, can we go back to the welcome? Like I want a welcome like that. They got beer, guns, and girls. I'm like, this is my type of party.
Yeah. But you see how mad Tig was throughout the entire episode.
Oh, he was hot as fish grease. Oh, honey, he was hot. He was hot.
Like he was really taking that to heart.
Yeah. Like, why I can't, I know what's about to happen. Why can't I go? I thought he was going to break down and cry. I was like, Poteen.
I think he was. Tig would have. He probably cried in the car.
Yeah, oh, he definitely cried in the car. He definitely. They don't love me no more. He was crying in the car, girl.
Mm-hmm. That's why he was so mean to Juice. You see how he was to Juice that scene?
And that's why he got bit. God don't like ugly.
Hard. But what was Juice supposed to have? He was
supposed to give him some drugs to make him go to sleep. But Juice is a little touched in the mental capacity. He just said give the dog drugs. He didn't specify like a calming drug, a sedative, a downer. And I think he gave him some type of upper type drug. And so now it's like you didn't gave a Doberman pincher steroids.
Whatever. What up, man? That's my cousin, y'all. That's my cousin-in-law.
Hey.
Where's my cousin?
Make sure you like the video.
This is my favorite cousin's husband. I actually introduced them to each other when we were in our... Where we in? Yeah, we were in our teens still. They've been together forever since my cousin was in high school.
Let me find out you's a little mini millionaire matchmaker.
I have hooked up a lot of people. I just can't find nobody for myself.
It be like that sometimes. It really do.
Hey, what can I do?
Yeah, but it's better that you don't, because you know it's right. Because you don't want to end up. You don't want to end up like with a mother-in-law like Gemma.
Man, Gemma's the worst mother-in-law there ever lived.
I mean, they get the worst blended family parent award.
She is worse than Cinderella's stepmother. Like,
what's the girl from Little Mermaid, Ursula?
Ursula, she worse than her. She worse than all the villains mixed together.
Cruella de Vil, all of them.
All of them. Still can't touch Gemma. Still can't touch Gemma Teller. She's a mega beach. For real.
Girl, I believe it. I seen to this. She was acting like, I don't know how. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to like be for real me for this moment. First of all, I'd be like, why is you at my house? You know what I'm saying? Like, why was you in my car? Why do you have my keys? What? Like,
so why was she going through Tara's purse?
Being nosy?
Being straight up nosy. And she just straight up told her too, like, what you doing with a gun in your purse?
But like, she don't mince no words. That's one thing I can't say about Gemma. She don't mince no words.
She don't. But it was very, I guess this is because Gemma is who she is. This is her being sweet by giving Tara a gun with no serial number on it.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know how some people like food is my love.
Endearing to Gemma.
Right. You know how, because like some people, like for me, food is my love language, right? So if I buy you food or cook you food or bring you food or something, you know, basically that means, you know, I fucks with you. You know what I'm saying? You my homie, you my man, you my homegirl, you my best family member or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that was like a little olive branch, but only because maybe Gemma thought she would open up and give her more information on why she needed the gun. There was a method behind the madness, of course.
I mean, isn't there always with Gemma though?
Always.
Every time. So of course. But hey, it is what it is. So oh yeah, I do have pictures and I ain't even.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, where you want to go with this? Because we got to talk about the scene at the gas station.
Oh, yeah. So go ahead, lead that in.
Okay. So, you know, Jax always ready to help a damsel in distress. Well, first he was mad somebody was sitting on his bike. So then he sees that the girl got a busted lip. So he was like, you do this to her? And he's really being cool. Like, I'm going to take the picture. And then he was like, that's the other guy was like, that's the before. And then you sitting there like, the before, like what's about to happen for the after? Oh, he popped him real good, bleeding all out and stuff. And then he was like, and that's the after, and then threw the phone and stole this girl.
Yeah. She's a little. But so yeah, he stole her for today.
She looked like, you know, a pass around. So
yeah, she fits the description of a crow eater for real.
yeah, so for me, like if it, because I've been in certain situations I ain't had no business being in, but I would have just left, you know what I'm saying, and went on about my way and hopped on the bus and went to Vegas or some other part of California or something like that. I don't if I saw a dude pop off on another dude that fast, like he went from 0 to 1,000 in 2.2 seconds, I would not be hopping on the back of his bike.
I mean,
but for a girl like her, I'm sure that was a turn on. She's like, "Ooh, that's my future baby daddy."
It was. That was. That was true. She looks really whorish, like too.
Yeah, and she looked like she owned a little something already.
Yeah, especially if you're here.
Mm-hmm.
But she got busted in her head all these times, so maybe. But even on the other end of things, BB, hey girl, hey. That's ridiculous.
That's true. That's true.
Ain't that the truth? Exactly. Yes, like she looks like she could be a good girl, just lost her freaking way.
It could be, what Jay-Z say, once a good girl gone bad, she gone forever.
Exactly. But we all know that was not the case because she ended up going back to him by the end of the episode. He came and got her like he wasn't even scared to get his tail whooped again. He came and picked
well, you know what? He seemed like he the type of dude that he put his hands on women because he can't put his hands on men.
Yeah. But I guess she decided, after everything.
After the shootout, that wasn't the life.
Like, you know what? Maybe I'll just stick to what I know. I'll get my tail with maybe, but at least I ain't about to die. I can take a little busted lip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that shootout was something serious.
Yeah, it was. But she was being shown the way and everything for the whole time.
BB is a fool. She said Jackson, that lady, looked like siblings. Now that you say it, they do. Roll back the picture where he got his arm around her. And they do look like they at the family barbecue. Oh, Jax, I haven't seen you in forever.
Oh my goodness!
You know how you walk into the function with your homies is there, and you be like, "This my little sis. Y'all better not mess with her."
Yes. Stop. Well, he made sure he got what he wanted from her. That's why I was like, he was a little trifling this episode too.
Mm-hmm.
He just had to.
Well, if it wouldn't have went down like that, it wouldn't have been Jax. You know,
they got like the same hair.
They'd be in the shower in the morning trying to fight over the conditioner.
Man, come on now. But yeah,
see, that's why I can't date no man that got more hair than me, because we will not be fighting over the oil sheen. We will not. We will not.
He got him something out of the deal. But she was escorted by Taryn Manning's character. She has entered the episodes, and she was showing her around and everything. But this was really messed up about her character. So she was having a good time.
Before we get to that, let's talk about her telling her, "Follow me, what I do." But she been a crow eater for 3 years and ain't nobody old ladied her yet.
Yet. She's waiting patiently. She ain't got nowhere else to go. She ain't got nothing else to do. Where'd she gonna go? And that was another reason why homegirl left, because she was like, 3 years? Like, you been doing it this long?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't do that. I ain't
You
about
just
that
do
life.
what they tell you to do. You cook and you clean it. Like I would never want to be in a point in my life where this was my only option.
Girl.
Like I'm sorry, I'd rather be down at the homeless shelter. I'd rather go back and kiss my mama, daddy butt and beg and plead or something, you know what I'm saying? Because my mom used to have folks on curfew at grown. I'm talking about grown, like 30s and 40s on a curfew. So I would rather go back there and deal with her 10 o'clock curfew than be. I mean, who was going? And you know, the girl puked all over the place. No, I'd have quit that day.
Girl, please. Hey, cuz, hey. It's my cousin. She don't took over the chat. The handle. Now her husband going to she don't came in. Hey, cuz, hey. Good hit. Oh yeah. She said BB. What she say? Damn, it was just like
Yep, ever since
don't
Orange
she
and Black.
though? Don't she though? She do. But she be doing good roles.
Yeah,
Like
she be playing her character well.
she do. She does her thing. You gotta give her credit for that. Cause any other, but still, like this episode was messed up because she was seen talking to Half Sack, getting to know Half Sack. Half Sack liked her. She was
Mm-hmm.
really nice to him. She didn't make fun of him. She made him feel like a man. She called him my hero and everything. She made him feel real good, real
But
good.
that trifling ass Clay had to go and swoop in and be messy because of that comment he made about Gemma.
Yes. And then he go dance with her right in front of her after. And I think that was after they bumped the uglies, I think. That's sad. But he was really, really wrong. And she knew that she was wrong for what she did, but she had to do what she had to do because
Right.
that's the
But see,
club.
I wouldn't say that it was she was wrong because she had to do what she had to do. Clay knew what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like if especially if a top dog comes in and old dude like, yeah, go on ahead and take care of him. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nowhere else to go. You ain't got a choice but to do. And even though you don't ask questions, you don't stand up for yourself, you really have no say so in what goes on. You are now property of the club, basically. So whatever they say goes. You couldn't just sit up there and be like, nah, I want him. And then that could have caused a brawl amongst the clique. So
If
yeah.
that was the case, she wouldn't still be, waiting to be wiped up by now.
Right.
If it was up to her, so of course it ain't.
And then
But
you're going to have to get somebody young and stupid that's just walked through the door to wipe you up because everybody that's been around for 3 years already know your whole facts. So ain't nobody trying to mess with you.
Right? I wonder how many of the mother heifers been
Girl,
there.
they got unlimited miles on it. Like, you know how you be like, oh, that car is only $3,500. And the outside looks good. Then you scroll down to the mileage, 475,000 miles. Like, no.
No, ma'am. No, thank you. You can't make me.
Mm-mm.
Nope, not happening.
So yeah, nope, you not running up my mileage and tossing me out to the junkyard.
Out to the junkyard, yes. But that was messed up.
Because that's where Emily gonna end up. As beautiful as she is, ain't nobody trying to wife her either.
Who?
Emily, the one that Skeeter wanted.
Oh yeah, the other curl eater. Yep.
Yeah, and she been, I don't know, like again, like I said, I don't know how long it's been since they didn't exited high school, but I'll say at least 5 or 7 years, if not longer, maybe, or whatever. But yeah.
Who's following orders? I would have what? After big time hand coat. His hands that normally big. He has under right and hunchback.
And his hands don't even work. How you gonna do what you need to do?
I mean, they don't work sometimes. Only sometimes he can still grip the monkey bars.
Not
Though
for long periods of time.
not for you, probably no. Miss, I could go for hours and hours.
Hey, I need a doctor's note. Make sure you ain't got asthma, heart disease, none of that.
Ow! They can tell you.
Well, I'm not gonna mess with Clay retired ass because he's an instructor at this point. He's an instructor. You know how you have the instructor who don't never really do nothing. They just tell you where everything go. That's Clay at this point because he ain't doing no real work. When you seen Clay do some real work?
I mean, he still got Gemma for the moment, so.
Well, we all know how that happened. Ends up. But on the for real though. I'm not talking about just that type of work. When you know what I'm saying, you see the other guys work on the cars, you see the other guys go and blow up the buildings, you see the other guys do the little shootouts. Like you don't see Clay do no work.
That's so true though, BB. Yo.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. He ain't putting in no work at the shop or the bedroom.
No, nowhere.
And he ain't that pretty to look at, so you can't even be like he arm candy or eye candy or just sit there and look pretty even though you stupid. So he just ugly and stupid and don't work. He worthless.
Damn, Tina. That's how you feel.
I'm just saying. And, I mean, let's just say, for example, Jax was done, which we know he's not. But if Jax was done, he at least handsome. You know, he got swag. You know what I'm saying? And all the girls from high school that wanted him, you show up with him, and he's mine, and I married him, and I'm having his babies. They're going to be like, oh, I hate that bitch. I get it. But Clay, ain't nobody throwing themselves at Clay. One, they scared of Gemma. And two, don't nobody want them. See, this is what happens when I do reviews sober. I was on one Saturday and I'm on one today. See, I should have just went to the liquor store.
I think you should have. Yup. Clay grunts and tells what to do. Remember his scenes was doing. She was on top. It's crazy. Okay, y'all.
And she couldn't, you know. Remember when she started getting old and going through the change? He didn't even get her excited no more.
True.
Don't want to just be
Hey, that's Ellie. I'm telling her.
I only said that everybody's scared of Gemma because when further on down the line, you know, Gemma act like everybody want her man. Girl, don't know. Ain't nobody coming to see him. Ain't nobody coming to see Otis.
Nobody wants Clay. I mean, unless they just like the power that he has because he's the president of the Sons of Anarchy. I mean, Sam, what's different? It don't matter.
Right.
But speaking of somebody wanting somebody, ATF agent Cone, he's leaving rose petals on the goddamn windshield and shit of Tara's car, trying to leave her little forget-me-nots type of bullshit. It's just freaking crazy. So she ends up driving to the auto place, to the auto shop.
Who, me funny or Confessions funny?
You!
Oh, me?
Yes,
you. I try to do a little something, you know, entertain the peoples.
Yeah, she's funny because she's funny.
Right. I don't even know what I'm going to say, y'all. I just open my mouth and stuff comes out and y'all think it's funny.
He is a creep. He is an ultimate creep. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. He weird. I mean, obviously, if you a stalker, you a creep, period. No
Mm-hmm.
matter what. That gives nothing. So she goes and meets up with him, hoping that she can get him to take her home. But that is when Agent Cone has the nerve to follow her and looking around where she at and what she doing. Look at him. Just look. He look like a creep.
He do. That's Joe's older brother.
Yes, it's creepy. Joe's older brother.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for you to come back. Anyway.
But yeah, that's just weird. That's just weird to me. And it's like if you've ever like been stalked or harassed or anything, it's like when you see it like from the other side, it's super weird because you just never know where they're looking at you at work or school or home or picking your kids up from daycare or whatever. It's just super weird. And then a lot of people get away with it because they're outside the 100 or 500 or however many yards they're supposed to be, away from you.
Yeah. But I'm mad because he a whole agent and shit. So agents make some type of decent money. You couldn't get nothing better than this to show her you like her or love her.
No, it's probably a symbol. Like it's probably the same type of flower he brought her on the first date or the last
Okay,
date,
he's
or
gonna put
maybe
a whole bouquet on that, but it's not little dried up leaves of it. That's all it is.
it's symbolic.
Fuck a symbolic.
He wanted her to get right up on the car and see it. If you look outside your window and you see a whole bouquet of roses out there, and her and Jax ain't cool like that, and he don't seem like he the flower type, you ain't going nowhere near your car. You gonna call the police. So you leave in rose petals, you might be, getting your purse and your bag and all that stuff together. You get in the car, you look on your windshield like,
That's creepy.
what the hell?
It's just creepy. Doing creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Period. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
why Sarah ended up.
He's a super creep.
Yeah. But
Oh, BB got the great questions. BB gonna have to come join us one time. It says, my question is, why dumbass Tara didn't think this man who's a fed wouldn't find her? That's why I say Tara is calculating. She knew Jax would protect her. Oh, for sure.
exactly.
We've been saying
Sarah
that.
is very smart. She knows what she is doing. She knew exactly what she was doing. She knew what she let him back. And it's funny because this is what Gemma is going to later accuse her of, I believe. Also, later putting it together like, oh, you knew Jax would come and save you and all of this other stuff because Jax has a soft spot for her. That's his boo since high school, whatever. So, yeah, she knew exactly what she was doing.
Right.
Period. She knew. That's the point.
I mean, you ain't never gonna forget your first love. And you even if Jax and Tara never ended up in this together, in this series, I still believe Jax would have protected her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most definitely.
He would have. Of course. I mean, he's already like kind of so comfortable seeing her again now and being back with her. Because when he said goodbye to her when they were at the auto shop, when he kissed her on the cheek and look where his hand went. You don't touch a girl. You don't touch a girl
coming back
there.
home to mama.
You don't touch a girl there just for.
And she didn't stop him neither.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. He touched it and kissed it. Like, come on. And they made sure to zero in on that because that was a moment where you could see that they were like familiar with each other all over again. And that did not take long. As soon as she was outside of the hospital setting, she was a different type of Tara already. You can tell a little bit, so
well,
yeah. So We
I
knew
think
it.
the thing about it is too, like going back to what you said, them becoming familiar. Like even though like it hasn't been that much time, I think people who like you get more comfortable like the second time around or whatever because there's not what's your favorite food, what's your favorite color, so you fall back into old habits very quickly. Versus if you would have met a new person, or now we know it hasn't been 20 or 30 years since they were together and people have changed so much in that time frame. So I think it was very easy um for her and him to fall back into their old feelings because I'm pretty sure that even though Wendy was in the picture, he was steady thinking about Tara.
And it's not only that. Wendy, was a crank whore, as Gemma loves to call her, and so they hadn't been like that since the consummation of Abel. So it's like he didn't have that he didn't have that comfort and that safe place of a woman at that time, because it certainly wasn't Wendy's junky pregnant self. So
Mm-hmm.
we missed that also, and just miss her in general. I mean, it's Tara. It's his Sarah. So of course. And the way they had left off, it wasn't, like on bad terms necessarily. So, you miss that. It's kind of like the one that got away. And you always know
Mm-hmm.
how you feel about the one that got away. You got to make sure if you ever get that chance again, you ain't
Right.
gonna go this time.
Exactly. Because he was
So,
listening to his mama.
that damn mama.
Mm-hmm.
That damn mama. When did Jackson ever really make sense to me? Jackson Terror was real. That was yeah. Yeah, and you never know. He probably ended up with someone like Wendy because he was so heartbroken over Tara leaving. He probably never got over her leaving. And
Mm-hmm.
he even, that time he went to the room, Wendy's room, and spoke to her. He was like, I hated, that I got you pregnant type of thing. I hated all this. Like, he just wish he hadn't. And he shouldn't have. He
Mm-mm.
should.
But that's why
I don't want to
that's
say
why
that
they be
because
saying
towards the end of the
you
series,
gotta keep certain family members and friends out your relationship because misery loves company. And then you got family members that like Gemma who are controlling, and then they'll have you out here on the street sleeping with anybody and everything because okay, I want to feel some personal companion. I want to feel the heat, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to bring nobody home to my mama either.
true.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
kill me.
What? Oh yeah, yeah. That I saw that. I was like, oh. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like, with he wants somebody strong and determined like Gemma. But if he was to pick a person like that, which he did, and they end up, bumping heads all the time, and then they broke up and she left and now she's back. So what I feel like is he's just been running through women because he's searching for either another woman as strong as his mama or that's going to stand up to his mama or somebody that she might like. And we know Jim ain't going to like nobody. So that one's out of the question. So he just like, well, I got this reputation. These women aren't expecting nothing from me. And then, whatever happened with him and Wendy, I think that was just a desperate situation.
Yeah, the more I watch it, just the more I think about it. I never really gave that much thought at first, but that's definitely how, as I watch more, I understand. Like my dude, you had to be desperate, like because that's not even your type of girl, like But I guess she was just another girl that was around
He
the
was
way.
at the right place at the right time and provided whatever it was he needed, and he provided her whatever it was she needed. And then it just kept lingering on. I mean, everybody didn't have one, at least one. And if you say no, unless you only been sleeping with the same body since you was like 18, but everybody's had at least one person I need to leave alone and then you don't, and then somehow or another, via kid, marriage, or trauma bond or whatever, you end up stuck with that person for longer than you should be. And I think that's what happened with Jack and Wendy. Because remember, he said they was trying to reconcile when she got pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
They had broke up and had separated.
Yeah, because of the date, because of Abel. You know, you want to try, but they were not able. So
No,
she was not able to stay clean.
No,
like she was just horrible. But you know, I hate to say this about her now because later is, you know.
Well, I mean, everybody has the ability to change.
So,
if they want to bad enough, even Gemma in her old age could change. Everybody has the ability to do better for themselves if they want to. You can't force it on them. And that was, I think, their problem with Wendy. Everybody was trying to force her to do something she wasn't ready to do.
Wasn't ready. Yeah, exactly. She was dealing with a lot, even trying to. You've got your baby daddy mama coming into the hospital room trying to kill you, threatening to unalive you and everything. So it's like, well, what you expect? I probably want to bump G shit, you know. It's painful. You should just still in the show.
Yes, I'm laughing at BB's comment. See, did you see what she said? She was like, "Yep, I was having fun and woke up one day and I had a boyfriend and I ended that real quick." See?
Well, damn.
Real quick.
Yes, she is. She's
is KK new?
Huh?
Is KK a new person?
No, she's been here.
Oh, okay. I just hadn't seen her name before, so.
She always puts up the hearts when she comes through. But yeah, KK, you haven't seen Sons of Anarchy? For you to ask that, you haven't. You couldn't have.
Because we only in season 1, episode 4.
You've never seen it? Let me know. Girl, you need to watch it.
Do you think they'll ever bring it back? I mean, since we're talking about it, you think they'll ever bring it back?
No, because it would have to be a whole new thing and I think even if they wanted to, it would be a lot because of the whole thing of how they Disney fired Kurt Sutter. So yeah.
Well, he can make it into a movie. They can show us Gemma trifling, but getting it on with Clay and plotting up on John. They could put it in a movie. He can make his own movie.
Yeah, that would be dope.
The prequel.
No, it's just no. We're taking the ride all over again. It didn't start over or anything. It's just I've always watched the show every year. Ever since it went off, and it's my favorite show, so I decided I wanted to review it just because. And so we're just taking the ride again.
With a lot more insight than the first time. Because we watched it a couple of times. A bit
older and wiser and seeing things differently. So, yeah, so it's kind of new all over again.
Yeah, I like the fact that we always me personally, I don't know about you, but I pick up on different stuff than when I watched it the first time.
Oh, all the time. All the time.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's right, Melissa.
It's like that. Exactly.
And the cool thing about this, if you watch along with us, it'll be, you don't have to wait 100 years to get to the 7th season.
Right, because we just moving it right along.
Moving it right along week after week. I have to do the calculation. So we on episode 4. It's like, what, 13 episodes? It's
like 13 episodes. There's 14 episodes in one season. There's one more extra episode.
Yeah, so we got a little ways to go. We probably be January or February or something before we get done. Hold on.
It's gonna be longer than that.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh, you mean January, February 2024?
You're not getting nothing else to eat. You already
He said that. He said doing the first 9, a prequel. He said a lot of things, but he said that all before he got before Disney fired him.
But who owns the rights?
I don't know, because since they fired him, it was right before the first. I think it was before the first or second season finale that we found out that Disney had fired him from the Mayans, the first and second season finale of the Mayans MC. So he said all that before then. Mm-hmm. So none of that talk has been negotiated that I know of since before they fired him.
So well, the only reason why I was asking, I was just wondering because, like, okay, like maybe Disney did the Mayans or whatever, and they have the rights to that. But just because and even if they have Sons of Anarchy, if he doesn't call it, if he calls it the Redwoods or the first 9 or the originals or, you know, whatever, then, you know, maybe, you know, he could do like a movie style, like how they did with Ray Donovan. Instead of doing like a whole nother season, they just did a movie and tied up all the loose ends.
Mm-hmm. Ellen V, I said you.
No, girl, they got fired a long time ago, not recently.
No, we were talking about when Kurt Sutter got when Disney fired Kurt Sutter during the first season of the Mayans. Yep, it was the first. I figured I just wanted to give space because I could be wrong. He still owns a percentage. I don't want to see Jack's kid. Well, what would you want to see, BB?
I want to see the before. I'm not concerned about the kids neither.
Me neither. It's got to be the first 9. How this all came to be. Because we know they ain't doing, because I don't want to talk about, you know, the end of the show, but we know possibly ain't nothing up because I'll just say because the way the series ended and how it ended for the kids, for the boys.
Mm-hmm.
I know, over a stupid joke. Like, really? Then it was a joke at that. And if you don't get Kurt Sutter's sadistic genius humor.
Yeah, his humor is real dark.
Air.
But I mean, a person who wrote the 7 seasons, right, of Sons of Anarchy and all that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, dude, for real.
Yes, the prequel, the first 9, how it all could be.
Yeah.
Exactly. When JT was alive, okay,
right. I want to see Jax at 5 years old and Gemma clinging on to him like a teddy bear.
Yes.
And somebody walking by like, ma'am, you need therapy. But anyway, or the bread lady tell her she need therapy since she always popping up.
Yes, right. She should have. That's who needed to meet up with her. Yes, exactly. That should have happened. But it was always Jax usually, or just being in the scene somewhere.
Lady V is in the building.
You know it. She's always fashionably late. But it's okay. We welcome you. So
y'all make sure y'all hit the like button.
Oh yeah, and tell a friend, bring someone through next time, share it. So this, you know, I forgot how much I didn't like Hale because he is just an a-hole.
Mm-hmm.
He is, and I feel bad for Answer because he already got to fight his cancer. Now he got to fight this little
turd.
Twerp. Twerp.
We gonna find all kinds of new names for him.
I don't
You
think I've
okay?
ever called anybody a twerp, but hell is a twerp.
I don't know. It fit the time period though.
Bad. And so, yeah, and just the way he was just looking at it, like all high and mighty. So Unser finds out that Agent Cohen is in the city and looking into Sam Crow. And Hale and Cohen don't made besties. They bosom buddies right
But
now.
you know why he's there. He's not there like on official business. He's there to stalk old girl.
Right, but he don't know that. And see, had Tara told him that day in the hospital and he asked what was wrong, we'd be having a whole different conversation right now.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm not finna ask for help. I'm gonna be like, his name is da 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 social da 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 da, and he live at da 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 da, and he is a blank whatever agent, and he works for such and such and such and such. I need you to make sure he stay away from me. And then when dude popped up on his doorstep, he would have been side eyeing him and probably would have called his agency to see if he was really there on official business. And then we would have got a whole different direction.
Yep. But hey, of course, it couldn't go like that because he has to have Jack save the day for her.
Mm-hmm.
She just has to. Why else? Why else would she really be back in Charming? She knew what she was doing. We know,
but that just had the trickle down effect of a whole lot of BS on down the line. Just him being there sets off so many different chains of events.
How could it not? But so Hale's acting all high and mighty. And now Unser's pissed. He don't found out. Now he's telling Clay to make sure there's no evidence left on his behalf in this whole situation. He's not trying to be part of nothing else. And it's about to be like really bad because I remember something happens, I think. That's something really bad. Oh, yeah, that happens. Oh, I can't wait for that episode. But anyways,
so y'all gotta stay tuned because we gonna talk about it.
Well, the fun. But yeah, that Agent Cone, I can't wait till. I can't wait till. Dot.
To be continued.
I can't even say nothing.
Right. We don't want to give it all away for those who haven't watched. For those who have, y'all know what we're talking about. For those who have not watched it, you have to either binge watch while we're not looking, or stay tuned and go episode per episode with us.
But I just really felt bad for the Devil's Tribe having to patch over, and in the midst of their patch over party, they get they stuff just blown.
But let me tell you, but did you peep how that happened? So Jax has been reading the manuscript or whatever, the journal of John and JT, and so that's why he was so eager to go on this run or whatever, because he wanted to find the place who is he?
That's cold.
Right. That's cold-blooded right there. But I'm with you 100% because I'll say look ho in a minute. I feel you 100%. But he wanted to go find the spot that his dad wrote about in the journal, to where he first read those words and that were painted in red in the
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. But had he not been on the quest, you know what I'm saying? But then again, this is TV. If he not been there when they were riding out after the party, they could have got ambushed too or something. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could have seen him and went back and told him and knew where they was. It could have been a whole bunch of worse situations that took place. But the main situation about him being spotted would not have happened if he went to go find those words.
Yes. Well, everything happens for a reason. It is what it is. And the Devil's Tribe ended up getting their stuff just shot all up. I felt bad. I really did. So the messed up thing was also, so Gemma is just, of course, just nosy as hell, all she want to be. And she had Luann go and look up Tara and see what she had going on. And Luann came back telling her that about the restraining order and how she was the one who took one out on somebody else, and just all up in her business. Like, Gemma just don't know when to stop.
Well, and in her defense, she thinks she's being a protector. You know what I'm saying? Which I highly recommend doing a thorough investigative search on anybody who is dating any of my kids. So if they watching my kids,
but we know she knows Tara though.
No, she don't know Tara. Like, well, see, here's the thing. She knew Tara when she was in Charming. Tara then went to Chicago for however many years, undisclosed. I don't know if they ever say, oh, you've been gone X amount of years, glad to see you back. I don't know. But she been gone. And just like she said, nobody comes back without to, this town to clean up the house. Now they're going to stay. You was at some top of state of the art hospital in Chicago. Now you coming back to a city state hospital. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense for someone of Tara's surgical caliber to want to come back to a place like this unless you're running away from something. And what is that something, and how is it going to affect my son? That is the only reason why I will give her a little bit of wiggle room with the situation. But of course, when she gets the information, she wants to use it against her to keep her away from her son.
Exactly.
So she gets a little wiggle room, but not far enough to where you still can't choke her.
What she did, she cannot. Like, Jackson's basically is a grown man. He is the vice president of a goddamn motorcycle club. You don't think he can handle himself? You just don't want no other broad up in your kitchen.
Well, that's true too. But here's the thing. If Gemma wasn't as evil as she is, but still had this nosiness about her, she would have known dude was a fed. She would have warned them the dude was a fed. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, I get why she did what she did, but then she didn't use it for the good. She used it to hold something over somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's like you had the right intentions, but your execution wasn't all that great.
I do respect Gemma's gangster, but Gemma got some things that she needs to straighten out because it ain't all that good, and that's very not gangster.
Yeah, she definitely got some issues, but in her
gangster, that's the problem.
In her defense a little bit, you don't want your child to walk into an ambush, an ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, psycho stalker, whatever. You don't want your kids to walk into harm's way if you can prevent it.
That's true. That is true. That's absolutely true. I'm just saying. It's Gemma, and it's
right. Oh, she gonna be in everybody's business. She be in my business too if I knew her, just because I was walking down the street.
Anybody's business. That's the problem.
Everybody. You know, she's paranoid too, because she's always like looking around, like, how many times this person didn't walk by? How many times I didn't seen this girl? How many times did these two people been seen together? What are they plotting up? You know what I'm saying? Yep. And he ain't the first and won't be the last.
Yeah, I mean, he basically was. I mean, what can you say? It was his terror. What was he gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
What could he have done? I'm just saying.
He was mesmerized.
He was. But at least he ain't sleeping with your girl just because you talk some stuff. But it was funny how what Halfsack did say about Gemma. Like, he really did see Clay big ass right behind him.
Right.
He still had to think about Gemma.
Well, look, see, here's why he didn't see him. Because remember that car door was open. And I don't know if Clay was putting something in the car or getting something out the car. Because when he first walked back, you did not see Clay. But when he turned back and then Tig looked back and he was saying what he said, Clay was there. So either he had just walked up to the car or he was getting something out of the car and stood up or something like that. Because I peeped it. I was like, first of all, you should have said that to yourself in a remote deserted island, because you are going to be on shit row from here on out.
Right. Exactly. But I thought he was really just gonna let it slide. He didn't say nothing. He just looked out, like, gave him the daddy look, like, don't start no shit and we gonna be all right. I thought it was over, but how he just did what he did to Halfsack, I'm just so mad.
See, that's the crazy part. Like, people that, like, I couldn't survive in this mentality where people don't say nothing to you, but they have an issue with you, and then you don't know they have an issue with you till they snatch your girl or leave you holding the bag, or, you know what I'm saying, certain things that happen later on down the line. When they trying to take people out, that's part of the, clique or whatever. Like, dang, you really had a problem with me? Like, we could have fought this out in the yard or something at 3:00.
Yep, I agree, Melissa. You're right. True. That's always all her problems. She always thinks someone's gonna take Jack away. That's why she, made sure that Wendy was the way she was. She's always looking to just be number one.
I think it's good to let your children leave the nest and fly away and see other parts of the world, do different things, and maybe come back and make whatever organization you got better because they didn't learn something else outside. Like, if you keep somebody in a box, all they're going to do is learn how to go to each corner of the box. They're not going to learn nothing new. That's why Jack's been in the box for so long. He gets the journal. The journal takes him outside the box without having to leave Charming or the organization, so to speak, because they do go a few places. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't able to think freely until he got the journal.
That's true. That is so true.
And see, I didn't even catch that the first time. I caught it the second go round. Like, he was just going through the motions of everything and being in the club, and everything was all good. And then as soon as he got the journal, he started thinking differently. But I think that's what Gemma was afraid of all along.
Yeah, that was.
Before the journal came about.
Following in the right father's footsteps.
Yeah, before the journal was ever even an issue, I feel like Gemma always wanted to control his thoughts.
Of course, you can tell she's been like this for a long time. That's why she's so good at it. This ain't her first time either. She's done this before a lot of times. So yeah, that's Gemma for you. That's Mommy Dearest. That is Mommy Dearest. But even you had that moment where Jackson and Bobby were talking, and Bobby was telling him, like, look, the whole club can sense that there's something going on. You gotta fix it. Basically tell him you gotta fix it, be on his side. But I feel like Bobby kind of suspect all along too. But, Bobby's the one that's going to make sure morally what's good for the club is going to happen. And that's always where he comes in, when he's a father figure like that for Jax, when Piney isn't around. I look at Bobby as that next in line
who, you know, because Bobby could be a wild boy, but when he talks with Jax, he's very, you know, like I've seen you grow up with type of, you know, way that he talks to him.
And I like that about the whole thing. And the show wouldn't be as interesting and there wouldn't be the animosity if Clay was like that. But it's almost as if because Clay isn't that way, Jax is going to these other people. Like again, I don't have all the ages down and everything of when Clay became Trash Stepdaddy of the Year, but you know, I don't think he ever made any attempts to build that bond with Jax outside club life.
Oh, you could tell, of course. I mean, Clay has, you know, just everything is the club. From the moment he wakes up to the moment he goes to bed, it's the club. Mm-hmm. You never see him doing anything except when Gemma make him come to dinner and sit at the table. And even then, you got the family coming. You know, they call it a family dinner. You know, they got everybody coming. You see everybody coming together, having dinner together. You know, family. They call the club their family. So, yeah, that's all he knows.
Right.
I mean, you don't basically kill for it. So, shoot, you better.
Exactly.
And that has always been the question: who was a better president between Jackson Clay? But we ain't gonna answer that now. We gonna answer that when we got clout to ask that. We ain't gonna ask that question.
Oh yeah, I like BB's comment. That's a different insight you have. I thought his eyes were open and saw people with a different lens and realized he was told a complete story. The problem with Jax is anybody can sway him.
People close to him, he is easily swayed by. The ones that he loves. And, you know, that's kind of his downfall at times.
Yeah. Some for the good and some for the bad. But when everybody's calling you family, it's really hard to decipher who really has your best interest. You know, your mama wants the club to go this way. Clay wants the club to go this way. Other people in the club suspect that there's some foul play with JT. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, they pushing Jax to find out what really happened, but they didn't want to say nothing because that's going against the code of no snitching in the club. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of intricacies going on with this. So we just gotta wait and see how it all plays out.
I can't wait to get deeper into it.
All I can say is God don't like ugly and he ain't too fond of pretty either. So
no, he is not. He sure is not.
So,
but yeah, so I was looking at the cover thumbnail for season 5, and it's Chucky. We meet Chucky next week. I love me some Chucky. He is like one of my favorites. I wouldn't say with his nasty stuff, but I can't because it's not his fault he's like that. But I can't wait to meet him, which means we get to see Otto again. Her son, his character. She wants to control everything.
Everything, not just Jax. Like she wants to sit up here and move the pieces on the board for everybody, and everybody just do what Gemma says.
She is the gatekeeper. Yes, Chucky is hilarious. So I think we meet him next week, y'all. And that's a funny episode. I think some stuff pop off too. I think it's a little gruesome, but of course, we didn't get none of that really this episode. So we're definitely going to get something gruesome soon. That's how Kurt Sutter rolls. But I think we got to all our points. Yep, hailing Agent Cole and our best friends. Unser finds out he's here, gets mad at Hale, turning up with Jax at the body shop, and he found her through them. So now he really about to start stalking.
You see him out there with the shootout. Boy, he was getting
he's seen everything. Now about to go tell Hale, and now Hale about to be on their ass like twice as hard. Hell get on my nerve, but he doing what he got to do.
Yeah, well, he's trying to overdo his job. I'm sorry if y'all not about to promote me. I'm gonna do the bare minimum.
Exactly. Please.
I'm gonna be writing tickets.
But so Jax was a hoe this episode, and two girls brought
a hoe every episode.
Whooped his tail. Yeah, and looking at them here, knowing how it ends, it just makes you think of how it ends when you see them together in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I was the most level-headed one in the club. Yeah, and Piney. Piney was a level-headed clue. Piney was too, I feel.
Yeah.
He was a little angry with it, but he still knew what was up. Yep, so we're gonna see more of Taryn's character. What's her name, BB? I know you know Melissa. I don't want to.
Oh Lord, I don't know the girl's name on there. I just remember her from.
I usually do, but I'm a little faded right now. But you can tell how she felt bad. She really does like half sack, and she felt so bad. And look at him; you can even see on his side face that he's just snarling like, ugh.
And Clay looks just so disgusting, like some old greasy grandpa.
And I just felt so bad for half sack. That was because he liked her.
And they're old super sleuth, stalker.
The creep. He is just a creep, period.
Mm-hmm.
But Gemma was nice. She gave her a gun with no serial number. And that's her being nice. And that's
sad. Like you couldn't have bought a basket of muffins.
Yeah, something. How you look at her? She asking him how Nevada was. He looking at her like, girl,
he is undressing her right then. You can see how his lips is turned up and everything. Right. He's reminiscing about the good old days.
I love this right here when he was reading the journal. Wait, it must be a comment. Y'all got me messed up. Hold up.
BB's comment.
Man, some of these are attractive, but I can't sleep with no man. That's a watch their regular husband. Oh my god.
I was funny. BB takes the cake.
You know what? I thought about that once or twice before. You right.
Oh, BB took the cake on that one. Oh my god.
Damn it. Yes. Have a happy comes into the mix more. He's like everything.
Oh yes, he's so handsome.
I love he's so happy. He makes me happy. Push here. So that does
I wonder if that's how he got the name, because he makes all the ladies happy.
We wish that was why he had his name. Freaking crazy. He just has messed up his tick.
Well,
but I just love that. But yeah, I think so. Yeah, we got everything. We covered it all. One more time for Jax being a hoe this episode. One more time.
Have you been a hoe every episode?
Not every episode. Mostly. I mean, once he starts getting serious with Tara, he ain't.
Well, I guess he better get it while he can.
He cheats on her, 2 different times? Because when they go to Belfast, he cheats on her with his sister. Well, almost cheats on her with his sister. Remember that? And then that one heifer who was a madam who owned that we see in episode season 5 or whatever. So I think he only cheats on her 2-3 times. I don't mess with Happy no more. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
But it wasn't personal, Lady. It wasn't personal. It was business. You know, Happy's all about doing what he's supposed to do for the club. So you got to understand that. But he was trying to right his wrong. He was trying. Don't do him like that. You are forgetting the girl that does the movies. That does the movies. What movies? Where did Dina go? Dina, the girl that does the movies. Now, ain't that the girl that Tara ended up to him with at some point in the series? Ain't that her that we talking about? Okay, Lady V, I understand. I get it. Down the stairs. I don't know. I'm gonna give her a moment to come back. I don't know what happened. I don't think she knew what was going on. But yeah, it was business. But I guess if you gotta feel the way you gotta feel. I understand. The girl confirms it's a Tara. Yeah, we gonna get there. We supposed to act like we don't know, BB. We don't know. But yeah, so that comes up in like the next episode. I think that happens in the next episode too. It should, if not that, the other one. My internet trip. Oh, her internet trip, y'all. Well, we had got through everything anyways. Everything we needed to talk about, we got through. So we can wrap it up, actually. Because that is everything. The patch over, that's what I'm mad about the most. Because I like Jury. And I really don't like how Clay used him to his advantage. And Jax didn't like it either. And, you know, that's one thing people could feel the tenseness is because he was mad at him. I want to know what got you feeling so nice tonight. This is my second one. I'm drinking Monaco Heart lemonade. And I got like 2 shots of Tito's in it. You know that's how I roll. I don't roll with nothing but Tito's. That's my pleasure. Where my Tito's at? Pour a little out, okay? Okay? Pour a little out. We gonna disco ball it. Disco ball it. Pour a little out. Swerve it around. Swerve it around. Wait, I gotta move your thing to... There you go. Swerve it around. Swerve it around. You know. You know. You heard that, girl. You heard that. You heard that. Yes. So, yeah, y'all. So, next week, episode 5 is going to be going down. Make sure y'all are here. 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock Central Time. Y'all know what it is. Thanks for chilling with us tonight. Me and Dina appreciate y'all for coming through. We go ride out at this particular time. And I will see you cats and kittens later. Wait, here comes Dina. There she goes.
Girl, I'm just sitting here like, what happened? And my whole internet went out.
I was like, she had to have done that by mistake. She didn't mean to do that.
No, I was just sitting here and it froze up and it was circling. And then it said that it wasn't connected and something's wrong with the internet. And then I tried to come in on my phone. I had to turn the internet off. Like, it was doing some old weird mess.
Oh, you got a lot going on.
Yeah, but hold on. I think, there we go. I think I can come back in now. Hold on.
Yes, Dina does have a channel. Dina, aka Christina, on YouTube, and she has a Facebook page, and she has a Twitter, and she has an Instagram, and it's all Dina, aka Christina Moore. Okay, yes,
Okay.
yes. So make sure you follow her, please. She's trying to get up there. And
I'm so sorry about that, y'all. Blame that on Cox Cable. I'm finna call and report it. I want my credits back.
Oh, thank you,
Ellen. Thank you. And then my name on the screen when the comments are off, that is where you can find me on Instagram. Thank you, baby.
We appreciate you, boo. Ow. That's what we're talking about. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you kindly. Y'all, did we cover everything, y'all? Everybody in the comments, did we get everything? Because
I believe we touched on everything. But I know you was promoting me. I appreciate it. But I just got to make sure that everybody knows that on Mondays at 8 p.m. I do House of the Dragon. Then we are over here for the Sons of Anarchy. Oh, let me say that's 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Then we come over here 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then on Sundays, I have Self-Care Sundays at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we do either a self-care topic or the word on the street, depending on how the celebrities, if they act up this week. So.
And they always be acting up.
They always be acting up.
Okay. So yes, please make sure y'all follow her. Please and thank you. And make sure y'all
thank you.
So you don't miss when she is on and doing her thing, because she does it well. She does it very well.
We keep it real over on my channel.
Like the video, yes, please. And every other Sunday I come through on Word on the Street of Self-Care Sunday, because y'all know my job makes me work weekends every other weekend. So
Ella V said I didn't fell down the stairs. Lord.
She had me wrong.
I'm sober. Now, this was another day. I might go for that, but I'm sober today, honey.
She so did. She said that like, damn. My heart's lemonade is pretty good. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
And I like the different flavors that they have too. Because I think they got like some black cherry. They got some different flavors.
And that's the lemonade, hard lemonade. I like Monaco.
I forgot I had some Seagram's flavored in there. See, I forgot about the liquor I had. I just now remember.
Flipping. You drink responsibly, y'all. Don't drink like Alan.
Well, look. Hey, for me, drinking responsibly means don't spill it. So
that is true. Oh, y'all can simply have lemonade. It's good with Tito. Yes, it is. But I'm still hooked on my Dole. I like my Dole with my Tito's, or I like to put some Tito's in my Monacos, or I don't know. That's about it. That's all I really like to do.
I love Ella. She said it's getting spilled in my mouth. That's what I'm talking about. But y'all know I'm a real tequila girl. So that's where my heart and soul is. But I be cheating on tequila every now and then, but it don't happen often.
Not often.
Not often.
Not all of the time, but some of the time. Y'all know how that is.
Right.
Y'all know.
So, it's cool.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we gonna head up out of here. We have took up an hour and 19 minutes of y'all time.
And
but y'all know what it is. It's Kamisha Reviews Crew up in here. You know what it is. And Dina, my lovely host, thank you for another fun Monday mayhem.
Anytime, I'm ready. You have my Mondays on lock for till probably next year. This
I
time
think
we might
so.
be done.
I got you, boo. I got you, boo. I got you. But it's about to be a fun hell of a ride. Yes, ma'am. But thanks for watching, y'all. We out this nasty thing.